November 2012, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez had just broken up, but their love story was far from over. It was about to become a public nightmare that would destroy them both. At 18, Justin was one of the biggest stars on the planet, but behind closed doors, he was falling apart. Selena, 20 and Disney's golden girl, was fighting her own battles with anxiety and the crushing pressure of perfection. They had broken up and gotten back together so many times that their friends had stopped counting. But this time felt different. This time the wounds were deeper. Their relationship had become toxic, not because they didn't love each other, but because they loved each other too much. They were drowning in an obsession that neither could escape. Justin was struggling with depression and had started using substances to numb the pain, according to later reports. The pressure of fame, combined with losing the one person who truly understood his world, was destroying him from the inside. Selena was dealing with her own demons, anxiety, depression, and according to Justin's song, "Nothing Like Us," she had begun drinking to cope with their relationship problems. Then came November 7th, the moment that would trigger the most humiliating public breakdown in celebrity history. Justin attended the Victoria's Secret fashion show alone, trying desperately to prove he could move on. Backstage, he met Barbara Palvin, a stunning Hungarian model who was everything Selena wasn't. Uncomplicated, drama-free, new to his world. When Barbara mentioned her sister couldn't get Broadway tickets, Justin offered to help. It was innocent, it was kind, it was the worst decision he could have made. The next night, photographers captured them leaving the theater together, and in those photos, Justin was smiling, genuinely smiling for the first time in months. He looked free. He looked happy. He looked like he had forgotten Selena ever existed. Those photos would destroy everything. Selena was at home when the photos exploded across the internet. According to sources close to her, when she saw them, her face went completely pale. There was Justin, her Justin, laughing with another woman. The same smile he used to give her, the same relaxed energy that used to be reserved for their private moments. But here's what made it devastating. While Selena was at home, barely functioning without him, Justin looked completely fine, happy even. Like their 2-year relationship meant nothing, like she was already forgotten. Selena's response was calculated and brutal. She went to Instagram, found a photo of Justin, Barbara, and Lil Twist together, and posted it with just 3 dots. Those 3 dots broke the internet. Within minutes, millions of fans understood exactly what she was saying without saying it. This was Selena's declaration of war. The post went viral instantly. Selena's friends and co-stars immediately began posting their own subtle attacks, each one designed to humiliate Justin publicly. The entertainment industry chose sides, and most chose Selena. Justin, who had been Hollywood's golden boy, was suddenly being painted as a cheater and a heartbreaker. When Justin saw the post, sources say he felt his world collapse. He called her immediately, straight to voicemail. He texted her desperately, read, but no response. He reached out through mutual friends, but Selena had made her decision. She was done being the understanding girlfriend who forgave everything. If he wanted to hurt her publicly, she would destroy him the same way. For 3 days, they waged war through social media while the world watched. Every post was analyzed, every caption dissected by millions of fans. Their fan bases turned against each other, creating a toxic battlefield that neither Justin nor Selena could control. What had started as innocent photos became a public destruction that would define both their images for years. Justin couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't focus on anything except fixing this. According to insiders, he was having panic attacks, and his team was genuinely worried about his mental state. He had lost the only person who mattered, and it was all because of a misunderstanding that had spiraled completely out of control. But Selena wasn't interested in explanations anymore. She wanted him to feel exactly as broken and humiliated as she did. She wanted him to understand what it felt like to be replaced so easily, so publicly. That's when Justin made the decision that would lead to the most humiliating night of his young life, captured on camera for the entire world to see. November 17th, Justin was a broken man. 3 days of complete silence from Selena had pushed him beyond his breaking point. According to sources close to his security team, they found him at 3 a.m., sitting in his car outside Selena's gated community, just staring at her house like he had lost his mind. His manager was so concerned about his mental state that he reportedly threatened to have Justin hospitalized if he didn't pull himself together. That's when Justin convinced himself he had the perfect solution: a romantic dinner that would fix everything. He bypassed Selena completely and called her assistant directly, making a reservation at Yamashiro, one of Hollywood's most exclusive restaurants in the hills. Then he sent Selena a single, desperate text. "Please, one dinner. Let me explain everything. I'm dying without you." What Justin didn't realize was that Selena had already decided his fate. She wasn't going to that dinner to reconcile. She was going to end him. According to insider reports, Selena had spent those 3 days of silence planning exactly how she would destroy Justin Bieber in the most public, humiliating way possible. She wanted him to understand every ounce of pain he had caused her. Selena arrived at the restaurant first, and her choice of outfit was deliberately calculated. She wore a black dress that Justin had bought for her months earlier, a psychological weapon designed to remind him of what he was losing, while simultaneously twisting the knife deeper. When Justin walked into that restaurant and saw her, witnesses said his face completely transformed with hope. For the first time in days, he actually smiled. He thought she had forgiven him. He thought their love story was getting a second chance. He had no idea he was walking into an execution. The moment Justin sat down, Selena's entire demeanor shifted. Her expression turned ice cold as she delivered her opening attack. "So Barbara Palvin, really Justin, a Victoria's Secret model. You couldn't even wait a week." Justin's heart reportedly sank immediately. He tried desperately to explain, stumbling over his words like a child caught in a lie. But Selena wasn't listening to explanations. She was putting on a performance designed to cause maximum psychological damage. What happened next at that dinner table would become legendary in celebrity gossip history. According to sources who claim to have insider knowledge, Selena revealed that she had evidence of Justin messaging other women during their relationship. Screenshots, photos, conversations. Whether this was true or psychological warfare, the effect on Justin was absolutely devastating. Selena's voice reportedly got louder as she unleashed months of accumulated pain. "You want to know what's really sick? I actually thought you loved me. I thought what we had was real, but you were just using me, weren't you? The good girl, the Disney princess, perfect for your image." Other diners began staring as Justin started crying in public, begging her to lower her voice. But Selena was just getting started. Then came the moment that would be talked about for years. Selena stood up from the table, threw her napkin down, and delivered what witnesses described as one of the most devastating public scenes they had ever witnessed. "You know what, Justin?" she said loud enough for half the restaurant to hear. "I hope Barbara was worth it. I hope she was worth destroying the only real thing you'll ever have in your pathetic life." She grabbed her purse and walked out, leaving Justin sobbing at the table while dozens of phones captured his complete humiliation. But that was just the beginning of the worst night of his life. Justin couldn't handle being abandoned like that. Something inside him snapped completely. He threw money on the table and chased after her, but Selena was already speeding away from the restaurant. Security footage later showed Justin standing alone in the parking lot, screaming her name as her taillights disappeared into the Hollywood Hills. That's when Justin made the decision that would haunt him forever. He drove straight to Selena's house, arriving around 11 p.m. in a neighborhood where privacy was everything and millionaires went to bed early. What happened next was witnessed by at least a dozen neighbors and captured by security cameras that TMZ would reportedly pay 6 figures to obtain. Justin began pounding on Selena's gate, pressing the intercom repeatedly while shouting her name. "Selena! Selena, please! I know you're in there. We need to talk." His voice was hoarse from crying, desperate in a way that made neighbors immediately call security. According to her assistant, who later spoke to tabloids, Selena was watching from her bedroom window as the boy who had broken her heart completely fell apart in front of her home. And reportedly, she felt nothing. No sympathy, no love, just cold satisfaction that he was finally experiencing the pain he had caused her. For over an hour, Justin alternated between pounding on the gate and falling to his knees, begging for forgiveness that would never come. Neighbors described the scene as both heartbreaking and terrifying, watching someone so young and famous lose complete control in such a public way. The most devastating moment came when Justin, in total desperation, got down on his knees and screamed, "I'll do anything! I'll quit music, I'll give up everything! Just please, please don't leave me!" But Selena's house remained dark and silent. And as paparazzi began arriving, alerted by neighbors, Justin realized his most private moment of desperation was about to become front-page news worldwide. By 2 a.m., Selena's exclusive neighborhood had transformed into a media circus. Police cars lined the streets, not to arrest Justin, but to control the growing crowd of paparazzi who had turned the gated community into chaos. Justin was still there, now sitting on the curb across from her gate, looking nothing like one of the world's biggest superstars. His designer clothes were wrinkled, his hair disheveled, and his face was streaked with tears and complete exhaustion. What happened next shocked every witness, including Justin himself. At exactly 2:47 a.m., according to police reports, Selena's front door opened. She emerged wearing a white robe, and witnesses later described her appearance as both ethereal and terrifying. But she wasn't coming to comfort him. She was coming to deliver the killing blow. With dozens of cameras rolling and neighbors watching from their windows, Selena walked slowly to her gate, where Justin immediately scrambled to his feet, hope flooding his face one last time. "You want to know the truth, Justin?" Selena said, her voice carrying clearly in the silent night air. According to witnesses, what she said next was devastating. She reportedly told him that their relationship had been more about career benefit than genuine love, calling him weak and needy, comparing him to other men in the industry who treat women as possessions. Neighbors later described how Justin's face went from desperate hope to absolute horror as her words hit him. But Selena wasn't finished. According to reports, she then claimed to have moved on with someone else. Someone who supposedly treated her better. Whether this was true or psychological warfare, the effect was immediate and brutal. Justin reportedly collapsed against the gate, hyperventilating as Selena delivered her final words, telling him to lose her contact information and any hope of reconciliation. Then she turned and walked back into her house, leaving Justin completely destroyed in front of the entire world. But here's where the story reveals its most shocking truth. What the cameras and witnesses couldn't capture was what allegedly happened inside Selena's house immediately after that devastating performance. According to sources who later spoke to tabloids, Selena reportedly collapsed the moment she closed her door. The strength she had shown outside was allegedly a complete facade. Seeing Justin so broken had apparently shattered something inside her too. While Justin was being escorted away by police and his security team, sources claim Selena was dealing with immediate regret and physical stress from what had just happened. Reports suggest she almost called him back multiple times, almost ran outside to apologize, almost admitted that the cruel words were designed to protect herself from more pain rather than reflect her true feelings. According to these same sources, at 3:15 a.m., while Justin was still being photographed leaving in humiliation, Selena allegedly posted on her private social media, visible only to close friends, expressing regret for what had transpired. The tragic irony was devastating. While the world witnessed what appeared to be a strong woman finally standing up to a toxic ex-boyfriend, sources suggest the reality was two heartbroken young people who loved each other so intensely they were willing to destroy each other rather than find a healthy way forward. By sunrise, Justin was reportedly checked into a facility for exhaustion, though insiders suggested it was really for mental health support. The footage of his public breakdown would go viral worldwide, creating a narrative that would follow him for years. But according to sources, Selena was secretly monitoring every news report and social media post, allegedly torturing herself with the consequences of her actions. The most shocking revelation: according to unconfirmed reports, within 18 hours of that devastating night, Selena's car was allegedly spotted at Justin's location. The media never confirmed this visit, but sources claimed she went to check on him after hearing about his condition. When she reportedly saw the extent of the damage, both to him and to herself, she allegedly realized her revenge had succeeded too well. According to these sources, they spent time together that night, both broken, both sorry, both unable to let go but too damaged to continue. It would reportedly be months before they were alone together again, but their intense connection would continue to impact both their lives. The neighborhood had witnessed more than a celebrity breakup. They had seen how young love under extreme pressure can transform into something destructive, setting the stage for years of public scrutiny that would affect both their careers and personal lives in ways neither could have anticipated.